Hello, we can't hear you.
I think Zimmerman, your line, Osofo, your line, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Yes, we can hear.
Okay. So let's continue. So what I was saying is that if you hear the word percentage, it means out of 100. And so we say 10%, it means 10 out of 100. So we have, if you write an exam and you get 10% or 60%, it means out of the 100 correct answers, you're able to score only 10. That is if you have 10%, you're able to score only 10. So I was also making a scenario that if you have Reverend Adolfo percent, it means Reverend Adolfo divided by 100. If you have Bible percent, Bible divided by 100. So anything with a percentage sign attached to, it means that that thing or that value is divided by 100. Now, I said that going through the past questions, I saw that questions are set on how to find percentages on what? Given quantities, percentages of given quantities. And quantities here can be an amount of money, it can be time, it can be an amount of something, it can be number of something. So if you have 10 people in a class, and I say 50% of the 10 passed an exam, 50% of the 10 passed the exam, it means that half, in fraction, as you say that half of the students passed the exam. And so to get the number of people who passed the exam, because we said 50%, you express 50, which is 50%. The sign is attached to the 50. So it means 50 divided by 100. So 50%, 50 divided by 100 times the total number of people there, and it will give you 5. So 5 students passed, and then 5 students failed. So we'll be looking at questions on this subtopic. So 60% of 800 Ghana cedis, assuming you have been given 800 Ghana cedis and you are asked to use 60% out of the money, how much are you going to spend? So to get that, we have 60%. So 60% is the same as 60 divided by 100, or 60 out of 100, as I said earlier on, times, so you multiply by the total quantity. So over here, the total quantity there is 800 cedis. So 60% times the total quantity. And when you simplify this, you get what? 480 cedis. That is, if you do it well, you get 480 cedis. Please, is it okay?
Well gotten.
Yes, yes, Papa.
Okay. So as you move on, if you have any question, you can raise your hand and let us know. So let's look at some of the past questions which has come on the percentage. All right, so in 2022, question number 22, there is a question on percentage, and it says, in a class, there are 12 girls and 48 boys. Find the percentage. Oh, I can't see this. Find the percentage of boys in the class. Please, can you see?
Yes, we can see.
Papa.
Okay.
Yes.
So find the percentage of boys in the class. So the first thing we have to do here, the boys here, the boys and girls here is quantity, and we need to know the total quantity. And so if the question is saying that we have 12 girls and 48 boys, then it means you have to know the total number of people in that particular class. So number of boys equals 48. And then the number of girls is what? 12. So the total number of students there will be 12 plus what? 48, which is the same, which is equal to 60. So to get the percentage of boys there, we express the number of boys out of the total number of students. The number of boys out of the total number of what? Students. And we multiply it by what? 100%. So the total number of boys there are 48 divided by the total number of students, which is what? 60, and multiply it by 100%. So when you express this, well, you get what? 80%. It means the number of boys there, the percentage of boys there is 10%. The percentage of boys there is 80%. So obviously, the percentage of girls will be 20%. That is, you subtract the 80% from 100%. That is the total percentage to get to for you to get what? 20%. Please, is it okay? Please, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let's move on to 2012 question 6. In a school, 80 people wrote an examination and 64 of them passed. What is the percentage of people who passed? In a school, 80 pupils wrote an examination and 64 of them passed. What is the percentage of people who passed? So we have to know the total number of pupils who wrote the exam, and they are 80. Those who passed are 64. So obviously those who fail will be what? 16, even though the question didn't ask. Those who fail, that is, if you subtract the 64 from the 80, you get what? 16. So the percentage of those who passed will be the number of people who passed divided by the total number times 100%. And this will also give you 80%. Try this. Please try this. Try this. In an exam, 60% of the candidate passed. The total number who passed was 240. How many failed? How many failed? So let's try this. In an exam, 60% of the candidate passed. The total number who passed was 240. How many failed? Please try this and then we share our answers together. We have 2 minutes to do this. Okay, Papa Eugene.
Papa, I had 144.
144. Okay, let's also wait for somebody's answer. Another person should share with us what he or she had. Then you tell us how
I had one.
you got your answer.
I also had 160.
160.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's start with Papa Eugene. Papa Eugene, how did you get your answer? And then Mama should also prepare.
Papa, if in an examination 60% of candidate passed, then we are looking at the total of number who passed. Is that we will divide the 60% all over 100 times the number of students or people who failed. That is the 240. And you arrive at the 144 as the answer.
The question didn't say 240 failed though. The question said the total number who passed was 240.
Yes, okay, sorry. Yeah, so 60 over 100 times the 240 will let you arrive at the number of students or people who failed.
Okay, Papa, you have done well. Let's also listen to Mama Netta.
Okay, so first we know that 60% passed, which means 40% failed.
Sure.
So the 100 minus 60, that is the 40%. Now we know the total number who passed is 240. So the 60%, which is the 240 now, we divide by 100. So it's going to be 0.6 times the total, which is the 240.
Okay.
So when we divide the 60% by 100. So the 0.6, the 240 divided by the 0.6, which is 400, which means in total 400 students took the exams. Now we know the 240 as the percentage that passed. So the 400, which is the 0.4 times 400, is going to give us the 160. That is the 40% of the 400.
Okay.
That is 0.4 times
That
400.
is beautiful and understandable. So let's look at how I also. Yes.
I had a different view.
You had a different.
Augustine.
Okay.
Answer, I had 96. So
you had 96.
I had 240 divided by, yes, please.
240 divided by?
240 divided by 60. 60 would give us the times 100.
Times 100. But why should you divide 240 by 60?
To get the
why should you divide it by?
Sorry. I'm sorry, it's rather, let me see.
We are learning.
60 divided by the 100, yes.
60 divided by 100, yes.
Divided by the 100 will give you 0.6.
Will give you 0.6.
Times the 240, yes. Then to give you 144.
Okay.
Then the 144 minus the total number of students who passed, that's 240.
Okay.
Will give you 96 of the students who failed.
Okay. All right. We have all done well. So let's also look at mine, and then we all comment on that. So I began by saying that we should let the total number of students be T. We don't know the total number of students who wrote the exam, because it says in an exam, 60% of the candidates passed. The total number of students who passed was how many failed? Meaning, for us to get this, we have to know the total number. For instance, you say we are going back to some of the questions we saw. 60% of 800. We know the 800. That is the total amount of money. We know the total. And so we can multiply the percentage, that is 60% times, we can multiply it by what? 800 to get the value, to get the amount, that is 60% of 800. But in this question, we don't know the total. So I want us to represent the total by T. We did the same. Then the percentage of those who passed, they are 60%. 60% passed. So obviously 40% failed, just as Mama said. And we also have number of those who passed. The question said it. It gave us the number of those who passed. It says the total number who passed was 240. So those who passed, they are 240. We can also get the number. The question is even asking us for the number who failed. So we don't know the number who failed. Is it okay? Please, is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. One thing I also want to say before we continue is that, percentage is different from, let me say, quantity. If I say I gave 50% of 200 cedis to somebody, it means that it doesn't mean the 50% you cannot weigh it, you cannot quantify. But the amount I can give to the person, for me to know the amount I can give to the person, it means that I have to find or use some of these methods to get the amount. Because when I say give 50% to somebody, 50%, and yet I give you over to me so much, was the 50% unless you calculate it. So if 60% pass, the number of students who passed are 240. For that one, we know, we can count and know that NIPA 240 in a pass year. So ideally, we usually multiply the percentage by the total quantity. And in this case, we don't know the total number of students. So I represented it by T. So 60% times the total equals 240. Because when I multiply 60% by the total, it should give me 240. This 60% is representing those who passed. And so if this 60% is representing those who passed, the number who passed, the number of students who passed is what? 240. So when I multiply the 60% by the total, I will get, or I should get 240.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So if that is the case, it means that this T, or the total, is also divided by 1. So if it is divided by 1, you multiply 60 by T, which will give you 60T, and then 100 by 1, which will give you 100. Then you equate everything to what? 240. Then from here, we do cross multiplication. This 240 is also divided by 1. So 60T times 1 will give, and then 100 times 240 will give us 24,000. Will give us 24,000. So divide both sides by 60. We want T, which is the total number of students. So when you divide both sides by 60, you get 400. So T equals 400, meaning the total number of students in the class are 400. They are 400 students. So if there are 400 students and I want the number of students who failed, then it means I have to subtract this 240 from the 400, which will give me what? 160 students. So it means 160 students failed. Or, as Mama Netta said, we know that 40% of the students failed. For that matter, now that I know the total number of students in the class or who wrote the exam, then I can confidently multiply 40% by the total. So when I multiply 40%, that is 40 failed are 160 students. Please, any question?
Hello, Papa.
Or any comment? Yes.
Papa, please, for me, this is how I did it.
Okay.
I divide the 60% by its own, and 60 goes to 240 by 4. Then I multiply
Please
the
come
4
again.
by...
I want to understand you. Please come again.
This is how I arranged it. 60
Okay.
over 240 times
60
100.
over times 100%.
40 times 100. And
Okay.
60 divides itself by 1 and goes to 240 by 4. And I multiply the 4 by 100. And I got 400 minus 240.
Please, so when
That's
you
what
divide
I
it,
did it.
okay. So when you do it as you were saying, you get 1 out of 4 times 100. And when you have 1 out of 4 times 100, you cannot multiply the 4 by 100. The 100 and the 4 are divided. Let me see if I can get a whiteboard to explain what I'm saying. So, Mama, you divided 60 by 240. And then you multiplied everything by 100%. So 60 here, 1, or this 0 will cancel this 0. 6 here, 1, 6 there, 4. So we now have 1 over 4 times 100. So now that you have this 1 over 4 times 100, you cannot multiply this 4 by 100. They are not multiplying, the 4 and the 100 here. They are dividing. So what you can do here is that you can multiply 1 by 100, which will give, and then 4 by 1, which is what?
We can't see you.
You can't see. Okay.
Yes.
Please, is it visible now?
No,
Papa.
it's the board.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, yeah.
I was
now you can see.
demonstrating. I wanted to explain to Mama why you cannot multiply the 4 by the 100. Mama, please, do you get me? Hello, Mama. So let's continue. Any other question on this? Mama Netta. Mama Netta. Hello.
Hello, Papa.
Yeah, I believe my method too is okay.
Yes, please, it's okay. I can hear you.
Okay, so you understand my method too?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. So let's continue.
I'm not the one who brought in the other solution.
Yes, but I also wanted to find out whether you
Yes,
understand my method too.
okay. Yes,
So
please,
you'll
I
be
can.
having 2 methods to be using.
Sure.
Okay, so another question. Let's try this in 2 minutes. A tank contains 250 liters of water. A tank contains 250 liters of water. If 96 liters is used, what percentage of the original quantity is left? What percentage of the original quantity is left? So let's try this within 2 minutes.
About the question again, please. A tank contains 250 liters of water.
Full stop. Please, the question is on the screen. If 96 liters is used,
But it's not showing you.
It's not showing.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Oh.
please. It's not showing.
Okay, I'm coming. Okay, let me try and read it for you. If 96 letters is used, what percentage of the original quantity is left? What percentage of the original quantity is left?
10.
What percentage of the original quantity is left? Yeah, that is the question.
Okay, so 22, 250. Original quantity equals to 50.
Well, can you mute your mic? We hear your voice.
Quantity. Hey,
Mama,
sorry.
can you mute?
Yeah, please, can you see the question now?
Yes,
Yes,
Papa, we
please.
can see it.
Okay. Right.
Papa, I had 61.6%.
61.6%. Okay. So let's wait for other people's answer.
%51.6%.
Oh, okay. All right. So please, somebody should take us through how he or she had the answer.
Papa, please,
Yes, Papa.
if I'll try. The question states that the tank contains the 250 liters of water. So with this one, we are having, or we know the total number of liters, and it says if 96 is used, we want to know the percentage which is left. So out of the 250, 96 is used. So it's going to be 96 over 250 for us to know the rest, the percentage of the rest, which is left. So 96 over 250 times 100, giving 38.4%.
Okay. So finish up. If you have 38%, then you subtract the 38 point. 38 point what?
38.4.
Okay. So you subtract it from what? The 100%.
Yes, please.
Okay, that is good. That is good. So this is how I also had mine.
Papa, let me also try mine.
Okay.
Okay, so I know the original quantity is 250 liters. The quantity used is 96 liters. So to get the quantity left, I subtracted the used from the original quantity. That gave me 154 liters left. So to calculate for the percentage, I divided the water left by the original quantity left, the original quantity, and multiplied by 100. So the 154 liters divided by 250 liters, which is the original.
Okay.
Then I multiplied by 100.
Okay.
So I had 0.616 times 100,
Okay.
which gave me the 61.6%.
That is also good.
About same formula that I use.
Oh, okay. I'm sure it's also the same as mine.
Yes.
So the total quantity of water is 250 liters. The amount used is 96 liters. So if I want the amount left, it's going to be 250 liters minus 96 liters. Please, not one, it's liters. Equals 150 liters. So percentage of water left will be 154 divided by 250 times 100%. So you compute with your calculator, and then you get 61.6%. So that is that for percentage. They are just some simple questions to be asking relating to what we have solved so far. Please, any question on percentage, because we are moving to a new topic, and I'm being hopeful that if you are not able to play that topic, we should be beyond 50% of that topic.
Please, before we move on.
We can move on. Okay. All right. So one of the important. Hello.
Please.
I can hardly hear you.
Do you hear
that? Papa said you were saying something.
I was asking if we are allowed to use calculator at the
Oh,
exam.
sure. We'll be allowed to use calculator.
Okay, please.
Okay. So one of the important topics in SMT general paper is simple interest. They usually ask questions on that. So we have quite a good number of questions on simple interest. So when we say interest, for the sake of time, kindly permit me to use my. Then, if you have any contribution, you raise your hand and bring it on board so that we learn from each other. So interest is an amount deposited. Please don't mind the grammatical error there. Is the amount deposited or borrowed. So it's a deposited or borrowed money. Oh no, that is principal. Is the amount. I didn't write it well. Yeah, I didn't write it well. So it is the amount on. It is the amount on a deposited or borrowed money. That should be that. So it is the amount on a deposited or borrowed money. And interest is given by P times R times T, all divided by 100. P times R times T, all divided by 100, where P is principal. P is principal. And the principal is the amount borrowed or deposited at the bank. The amount borrowed or deposited at the bank. And then we also have R in the formula, which is what? Rate. So it's the rate of interest. The rate of interest. the rate of interest. The rate of interest. And then we also have T, which is time. Time. So the time is the period for which an amount is deposited or borrowed. So I believe most of us, even all of us here, have deposited an amount of money. We have some investment or something. And when you deposit an amount of money at the bank, some small amount will be added to it. That small amount will be added to the amount of money you have deposited. Or when you borrow money from somebody, the person may say somebody in Sihu. So the in Sihu is the in the kakrabeto so. But what is going to help you know what you are going to add to Sikana Wokoji, and what will be added to Usikana Wodiato Bank, any rate, say the rate of interest. Into what betting me 50 cedis. Now we see rate in a year 100% for ABA 1 year. Into a fibia no what betting 50 cedis. Now rate in a 100%. Just say Sikana Wobeji sa pepepe. Say Sikana pepepe na fibia or the betos. A fibia the betos. So in the first year, what betting is in the first year, back. What do we call it? 100 cities never back. Over the 50. Do the 50 cities a back time, which is 100% of Sikana Obeji. And now Sika Waji and I saw the other bank, the friend principal. Maintenance and I say Sika Bisu now they are to bank for what the Kwaku Sika and I do a Sika at that bank. That is the time. And it is always expressed in years. So time is always expressed in years. So we have to be mindful. Sometimes questions will be given in months. Sometimes questions will be given in months. Then it means you have to convert the month to what? Years. I say yes, some month, equal years. You have to make the solve. If you use the month, you get it wrong. So let's be mindful of that. So let's take an example. Reverend Amudade deposited 5,000 Ghana cedis at the bank. Reverend Amudade deposited 5,000 Ghana cedis at the bank for a period of 3 years. For a period of 3 years. For a period of 3 years at a rate of 5%. Reverend Amudade deposited 5,000 cedis at the bank for a period of 3 years at the rate of 5%. Find I, his interest. Sika saying the better 5,000 cedis. I, the amount received at the end of the 3rd year. So after the 3rd year, how much is he going to take from the bank? How much is he going to withdraw from the bank? So let's begin with I. So his interest. So we are calculating interest. The reason why, when you take the interest formula, we have PLT divided by 100. So the 100 there is there because of what? The rate. So the 100, the rate is measured in percentage. So had it not been the rate, and 100 be a maho. You can buy a P, PT or whatever. And because of the rate, because the rate is always measured in percentage, that's why we have the 100 here. So with our example, our first example, we have 5%. Telling us that the 5 should be expressed in what? Percentage. That is 5 divided by 100. So if that is the case, we write our formula that the data principal in the question is 5,000. You know, for SMT, you won't be asked to show workings like this. So you can be jotting something down. But for Trinity, you have to show workings for you to get your marks for the methods you use. But for SMT, you just be selecting answers. So the principal equals 5,000 cedis. And then the rate, that is R, equals 5%. And then the time is what? 3 years. So interest, we don't know. We don't know the interest. So I, we are calculating this interest. Interest equals PRT. PRT. So principal divided by 100. So the principal in the question is what? 5,000 cedis times 5 times 3, all divided by 100. So when you simplify it, you get 75,000 divided by 100. So therefore, the interest is what? 750 cedis. Because you'll be using calculator, we will not waste time here. We will not waste time on the division. Just compute them on your calculator and then get the answer. So it means at the end of the 3rd year, 5,000 cedis, 750 cedis, it is the which is the interest, is 750 cedis.
Yes,
Okay. Okay, then let's move on to II, which is the total amount received at the end of the 3rd year. So to get the total amount, you have to add the principal. Principal need the on one at the bottom. Nisika and Nyamiadom 750 be abeka. Until at the end of the 3rd year, Nisika plus interest na abeka. It will come at the end of the 3rd year. 5,750 Ghana cedis. So this is all about interest. This is all about interest. So note, sometimes the principal or rate or time may not be given. So in certain questions, they will give you the interest, but they won't give you principal. And in that case, they have to give you the rate and time for you to calculate for what? The principal. Or in another question, they won't give you the rate, then you'll be asked to calculate for the rate. And the time too, they may not give you the time. So some past questions, some identified past questions, there are more, but these are the little I was able to identify. 2022 question 3, 2012 question 8, and 2020 question 15. There are more. So with time we shall be looking at them. So let's take I think I have to edit it. Please, can you see the question?
Yes, Papa.
Oh, okay. Then 2021 question 8. 2021 question 8. I want to read it out for those who want to write. So write. Those who can also screenshot can screenshot.
Mrs. Agri deposit 3,500.
Mrs. Agri deposited 3,500 cedis in her account in a bank. A simple interest of 4% per annum was paid on her deposit. How much money will Mrs. Agri have at the bank at the end of 4 years? So let's all try this. But I didn't get a solution for this. We'll all be trying it together, solving it together. So let's start work. You'll be here now.
Yeah, I had 560 CDs.
560.
560 CDs.
And then
That is wrong. I say how much
4,060.
Come again.
4,060.
4,060. Good. So because SMT, we will be having what do you call it? Objective test questions. This 560, you will see it there. And then the right answer will also be there. The 560 is the interest. That is the interest. So it's not the amount she received at the end of the 4 years.
Oh,
so
yes,
the interest, the principal, which will give us what, 4,060 cedis. Yeah, 4,060 cedis. But we have all downward. We have all downward. So let's see how they solve it. Let's try some. Question 2022, question 23. Find the interest on, this is what I was talking about. Find the interest on 600 cedis saved for 2 years. 2 years and 8 months. 2 years and 8 months. 2 years and 8 months. I'll solve this quickly and give you possible answers. 2 years and 8 months. So, find the simple interest. Yeah, so you solve for the interest. Yeah, so here we are now.
Oh,
okay. Nti Papa Mpacho saying
Oh, 84.
84.
84 cities. That's in the interest.
84 cities.
Okay.
Yes, we are now. Because some of my possible answers. Maybe.
80.1.
Possible answers.
80.1.
80.1.
80.1.
80.1. Interesting. Kenya 81.
81 me baako senya 81.
Okay.
And we run it this man to me 81.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that question, if you are not careful, you choose 84 as the right answer. But I want those who had 80.1 and then the 81 to share with us how they got the years. The problem is about this, the years, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
People are writing us at 2.8.
Yeah.
Those who had 84, they are writing it as what? 2.8. But it's not 2.8. So please tell us how you got the years. We have to convert these 2 years and 8 months to years. We have to convert everything to years. So please share with us how you were able to do that.
So with the 8 months, I divide the 8 months over 12, which I had 0.66.
Yeah,
So
0.666.
So running it at 0.7. Adding it to
0.7. Yeah.
So it is 2.7.
So 2.7. That is good.
600 times the 2.7 times 5 over 100. That gives you 81 Ghana cedis. 81 cedis.
Okay. Yeah, that is what I also had. That is what I also had. Please, those who are 80.1, you can share with us how you also got that, because the years is going to be in decimal. Maybe you didn't run it up or something.
Yes, okay. So Papa, I also converted into months. So it's the 2 years plus 8 divided by 12.
Okay.
Which gave me 2.67 years.
Oh, okay.
Approximately.
Okay.
So in multiplication, I converted the 5%. I divided the 5% by 100, which is 0.05.
Okay.
So the 600 as principal times 0.05 times the 2.67.
Right.
That gave me the 2.1.
So you use 2 point what?
2.67.
The time. 2.6.
2.67.
Okay. Okay. So it's also correct. It's also correct. In an objective test, I believe they will choose one answer. You may not have 80.1 and then 81 because of the time.
Approximation.
Yeah, that is good. So please, we shouldn't be tempted to write 2 years and 8 months as 2.8. Let's be careful with that. Let's be careful with that. Okay, let's also look at this.
I'm confused. The time, the year.
The time, okay. Okay, let me take it from here. If you have 6 months, 6 months in years is the same as what?
Oh.
Hello, Papa Eugene.
6 over 12. 6 months in years,
Yeah.
6 over 12.
Sure, I wanted him to answer it. Hello, Papa Eugene, can you hear me?
Yes, Papa, please, my line got disconnected, so I don't know if you can share the solution on the slide for me.
Okay, unfortunately, I don't have the solution on the slide.
Okay, so I just got connected right away, but I don't know how the answer resulted, so I don't know if you can explain.
Okay, but you were particular about the years, right?
Yes, I did it 2.8.
Okay.
When I was doing the workings, but unfortunately my connection got unconnected.
So, Papa, what you were saying is that if we have 6 months in years, 6 months in years is the same as what? It's the same as 0.5 years, which is half a year. Hello, Papa, can you hear me?
Yes, that's the same as 12 months.
Yeah, I mean 6 months in years. If you have to write 6 months in years, it will be 6 months in years will be 6 months in years will be 0.5, which is half a year. Which is half a year. So if you have 8 months, how did we even get that 0.5? We divided what? 6 by what? 0.5. And so if you have 8 months, in this question, we have 8 months. So similarly, we have to divide 8 by what? 12. And when you divide 8 by 12, you get 0.66666. That is, you can use the calculator to do that. So you add this 0.666 to the 2 years, because 8 months is the same as 0.666. And when you add it, you get 2.67. That is if you want to write it in 2 decimal places. If you want to write it in 1 decimal place, it becomes 2.7. So that will give you the years. But what you are saying? Okay, there are the Okay. 2020 question 15. 2020 question 15. But a man earned an interest of 240 cedis for 4 years at 20% annum per simple interest. At 20% annum per simple interest. Find the principal. Find the principal. So let's try this.
Papa, 192.
192. Okay, we are coming. Papa, you said you have 192.
Yes, Papa.
Yes, any different answer?
Papa, I have 300.
You had what?
300.
Okay.
The principal is 300.
Okay.
Also had 300.
I also had 300.
Okay, so Papa, the one who had 192 should share with us how he got it, and then we look at those who have 300.
Okay.
Yes, Papa, the slide is not showing.
Yes, please. We don't have any solution on it. If you have the question,
No, but yeah,
that is enough.
The slide for the question is not showing.
Oh, okay. Okay, then let me go back. I wanted to use but I have the information here. Interest. The interest is 240 cedis.
Yeah, 240 cedis.
The time is 4
and
years.
the time is 4.
And the rate is 20%.
20%. All divided by 100.
No, I was giving you
All
the data.
divided by. Hello, Papa.
Yes. I was giving you the data.
The rate. Yes.
Okay, so let us know how you had your 1 line.
The interest was 240 cedis.
Yes, please.
Times the rate.
Yeah.
That is the 4. Times the percentage. That is the 20%. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
So all will be divided by the 100.
Okay.
Which will arrive at 192 as a principal.
Are you sure?
No, that's not it.
Baba?
Yes, Papa. Let's listen.
Okay, so this is how I did mine. We are looking for the principal.
Okay.
And so since we are having the rate and then and we already having the interest as well, which is 240, and we are having the rate which is 20%, and then the year time which is 4. So we don't know P, so it's going to be cross multiply. So P times 20 times 4 over 100 times 2 is equal to 240. So we're going to have we are going to cross multiply. So in cross multiplication, 240 times 100 will give you 24,000.
Okay.
Then since we are looking for the principal, it's going to be P times 20 times 4, which will be 80. So it's going to be P 80. And since we are looking for P 80 is we are going to divide both sides by the 80.
Okay.
Therefore, P 80 over 80 is equal to 24,000 over 80. So in canceling out, it's going to be, we are going to divide 24,000 over the 80, which will result in 300. That is how I did it.
I also had the same answer.
Oh, okay. That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
P is equal to 300.
Okay. So another way is that.
How I also solved mine.
Okay, Mama.
Okay, so I know the interest, the formula for the interest is the principal rate time, all in multiplication. Now I have the interest as 240, the time for 4 years, and the rates as 20% per annum, which means I have to divide the 20% by 12.
Okay.
So in rearrangement, because I'm looking for P, I have to rearrange the formula. And the formula to find the principal equals to the interest divided by rate times time. So I know the interest here is 240. Now I know
Please come
the
again
rate.
with the formula.
Interest over rate times time. That is the interest divided by the rate times time.
Interest over rate.
Times time.
Okay.
So the 240, which is the interest given, divided by the rates, which has been converted into the month because of the annum there.
Okay.
So it's going to give you the 0.0, and the time given here is 4 years. So it's going to be 240 over 0.20 times 4. And 0.20 times 4 equals 0.80. So 240 divided by 0.80 equals to 300.
Okay.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So another way of doing this is that this is our original formula. We can use substitution method. You don't know principal, so you maintain your P here. You write your rate here, which is 20, and then the time is what, 4. So you write your 4 there, and your interest is 240. That is the formula Daniel shared with us. You can also group like terms and make P the subject. You make principal the subject. By so do we know that this is divided by 1. We want to generate a formula for principal. So principal equals, we cross multiply So I here will multiply the 100, and then the PLT also multiply 1. So PLT times 1 give you PRT equals the interest times 100. We are cross multiplying. So the 100 times interest times interest. So we want P to stand on it. So we divide here by RT, here by RT.
Yes, why did you hang up?
So this RT will cancel that. So the principal equals the formula for principal will be 100 times the interest. What is the interest in the question? This is interest. Interest in the question is 100 times 240 divided by the
rate is 20.
The rate is 20.
Time.
Divided by 20 times what? The time, which is what? 4. So when you multiply the 100 by the 240, you get what? 24000 divided by 80. This 0 will cancel this 0. 8 here 1, 8 here 3. So we have 300. So therefore the principal equals 300 cedis. So that is the amount he deposited. So that is the amount he deposited. So I believe we understand.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
Baba.
So that is that for simple interest. That is that for simple interest. Let me get you a question so that you try your hands on, and then you share your answer with us tomorrow. Let me get you a question. So please, a minute.
What's up? What's up? Come again. No. Yes.
Please mute yourself, okay?
Please, I think we can end here. When I get the question, I'll put it on the
Okay, Papa.
I don't want to take much of your time. So, Papa Adolfo. Yeah. Hello, Mama Eugene. Hey, Papa Eugene, sorry. Papa Eugene, your hand is up.
Papa, I was asking whether the
Okay. Like I said, I don't have
the one we just solved.
Okay.
If you could send a slide. Okay.
Please, the
Okay.
principal
Thank
one.
you.
Is the principal?
Yeah,
Yes,
the
please, that
principal
one.
one. If you have it, you can put it.
Yeah, please, can you put it on the page for us?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hello, Papa Adolfo.
Yeah,
Please, I think somebody asked the question on the platform.
Come again.
I think somebody asked the question.
Please, it
But
has been answered, or it's in the chat.
no. Oh, yes, in
Okay,
the
then let me
chat.
check.
It is the second question.
Papa, please, can you show the workings on the slide? Please, is it this question?
Yes, yes, yes.
No,
The one.
The person asked, is it Kathy? I think she asked, please, why did you divide the 154 over 250?
We passed that's some percentages.
Yes.
That is Mama Kathy.
Yes.
Because
I think the second question.
before we started the interest.
Oh. Mama Kathy, please, are you with us? Mama Kathy.
Yes, Papa.
Please.
Papa, that was.
Do you still need an answer?
Papa, please, that was the percentage.
Oh, okay. So are you okay with it, or you still need
the last question that we did before moving on to the interest?
Oh, okay. So we didn't understand that.
Yes, Papa, that one I didn't understand a bit.
But do you understand how we got the 154?
Yes, I understand how we got the 154, but how we divided it by the 250, that confused me a bit.
Okay. You know, we were having 96 liters for, is it the amount used?
Yes, please.
The quantity of water used.
Yes.
So the fraction for the amount used will be 96 divided by 250.
Oh, okay.
Similarly, if you want the fraction for the quantity left, it is going to be 154 divided by 250. I want to get a simple example for you. We have 20 students in a class. 50% of them. Okay, let me take it this way. We have 20 students, and 10 of them speak English. The rest speak vernacular. 10 of the 20 speak English. 10 speak vernacular. How many speak English? Mama, please, do you understand my question?
Yes, please, Papa.
So how many speak English?
10.
10. How did you get the 10?
Papa,
I mean, the percentage of students who speak English, sorry. We want the percentage of students who speak English.
Oh, okay.
So the total
the total is
the total number of students is 20.
Minus the 10.
Okay, minus the 10. So the total, those who speak English will be 20 minus what?
10.
10. Which is also the same as what?
10.
So how are we going to get the percentage of those who speak English? In a layman's understanding, this 10 is what? Is which fraction of 20?
Is 0.5.
Is 0.5. That is what? Half. Right?
Yes,
so the percentage, which percentage is half of 100%?
50.
50. So 50% speak English. For that matter, now that we know that 10 divided by this 10, 10 students, those who speak English. Hello?
Yes, Papa. Papa, I'm listening.
Okay. Now that we know that these 10 students, 10 out of, this means 10 out of the 20 speak English.
Yes,
10
please.
out of 10 over the 20.
Okay.
We are taking them out. 10 out of the 20 speak what? English. So
English.
you multiply it by 100%, and that will give you your answer. So 20 here, 1. 20 here, what? 5. So 10 times 5 is what? 50. So that's
50.
how we got that.
Oh,
So
okay.
similarly,
Okay.
the 154 was representing the quantity of water left out of the total quantity, which is what? 250.
250. Okay. Okay.
Mama, is it coming?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. So the 96 was also representing the amount used. 96 liters is used, and then 154 is left. So 154 divided by 2 times 100%.
Okay. Okay.
Amaka, please, you okay?
Yes, please. So, Papa, anytime you divided the number, you have to multiply it by the 100 to get the percentage.
That is when they ask you to find for the percentage.
The percentage. Okay.
When
Okay.
they ask you to find the percentage of.
Okay. Well, I get the 154, but how to multiply, divided and multiply, I wasn't getting it clear, but now I'm okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
With these two explanations, Papa, I'm okay. Thank you, Papa.
You're welcome. Hello, Papa. Adolfo.
Yeah, so much thanks to everyone. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, Papa.
Okay, so much thanks to
We can
everyone.
hear you.
Papa. We can hear you.
I know we have spent so much time today. It's about 10 p.m., but we are still on. And I want to show my appreciation to you all, especially our dear Oso Ebenezer Fuli, for the time. God bless you. Tomorrow is another day, God willing. So let's retire to bed and prepare for tomorrow. As I said, definitely at the end of the week, by the weekend, your test will be ready on the Google form. So prepare yourself for your trial test too in all subjects. I'm sure from here also will set these questions and will send them to me. So please, let's keep on trying. Small, we will get there, okay? God bless you and let's share a word of prayer. Father, we thank you. Bless your holy name. As we go to bed, continue to keep us under your protection. Keep us moving.
Amen.
Even on the day of exams, grant us retentive memory. We commit our body, our souls, and spirit into your hands. Keep us safe from harm. In Jesus, amen.
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 Okay, so good night then.
Papa, thank you so much and God bless you.
Same to you. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye-bye.